and welcome to the show. We are here today on Forza Horizon 5 for some more multiplayer racing. We have a bunch of new Italian cars. So, for this session, that's what we are racing. Well, A-class Italian cars, they don't necessarily have to be the new vehicles. It's an all-tarmac event, if you like, and I have got an Alfa Romeo TZ2. It is very light. That was my goal for this. I think it's just over £1,400. It's got relatively big tyre, about 285s at the rear. Not the biggest tyres you can get, but fairly decent size. It's incredibly light, 300 plus horsepower, and I'm hoping it's going to be okay. Of course, the concern with me and the 33 are probably going to be along similar lines, and they might be a bit twitchy death traps. The Stratos can also sometimes suffer, but it's great to have. It's great to have Alfa Romeo back and Lancia back. It's very good news indeed that we have got these cars back. Hey, I do not get off the line very well at all. Of course, all-wheel drive cars will probably be a little bit happier that it's actually a bit damp. That is less than ideal for me. So we will see. Yeah, twitchy death trap. Probably not the thing we wanted to take to a wet city street. Oh god, all-wheel drive cars are having a look to the inside of us. I mean, this track here is probably not the... oh god, we're getting abused by things everywhere. Excuse me. I'm in... This is the downside of a very light car, is that, well, A, street furniture, which on this track does happen, and... well, B, we will get pushed around by stuff. We are... oh, I'm really struggling for traction in this. Once we get going, we're not bad, but it is all sorts of struggling. Well, conditions are definitely not helping. Here comes some acceleration. Once we can put that power down, we will be back past the 355. It is then, well, back to the inside. Well, Stratos is out wide and in the wall. That's fine. We will try and not miss a checkpoint. I've got a lot of speed and I have not got anywhere to go with it. Can I go around the outside here? Well, I mean, we haven't really got the room or the speed. We haven't got... we've been kind of stuck in traffic a lot for this one. We are going to be... we're going to cut back underneath some stuff, and then, well, my already quite twitchy car really doesn't need a very heavy Urus having a go at trying to drive through us, pretty much. We will pass the Lancia 355 is having a look. Don't need any help down there with the oversteering. We are back to the inside, and we will regain the position. Fantastic. Oh, Stratos is going to fire, and we'll struggle to get that stopped. We will cut back. I mean, this is not helping. The top cars are getting away as we all squabble over 6th place. Not even squabbling over 5th at the moment. The all-wheel drive traction of the Urus is a lot. We are going to get squeezed in the middle. I feel very small and very light in this particular battle. Oh, is it drying up? That would be a godsend if it is. I don't know. Actually, still, I don't know how much. I think it can change. I think I did leave it on that it can still change. However, I mean, rain isn't the biggest thing, but when you are already in a car that's not very easy to drive and has a mind of its own, anything that takes away some grip is a problem. Now, can we go chasing after the Giulia here? Maybe. It looks like we're finally being released from the horde, from the mess of cars back there. Oh, that's some understeer into the first corner. Yeah, this is probably not the best circuit for me. I think we don't quite have the traction. It's not helped by the weather. Definitely not been helped by the street furniture on this lap, but that's only this lap. Oh, come on, Alpha. Find some traction. There is none. We out-accelerate everything, which makes us very annoying to overtake. But, oh god, we have got to actually get the power down onto the road at some point. The Ferrari is still looking. That's found some street furniture out wide. It can continue to look, but I don't think it's going. It's not quite close enough to have a go there. Of course, the Urus can just jump on the power every time it gets out of one of the corners. It's got all-wheel drive and very big tyres. We are going to Oh, well, get pushed a bit wide, to which we will do a similar thing back into the next corner. Oh, although I overdriven it a smidge through there. That's unfortunate, just a little too late on the brakes, although we've got the acceleration that we will just come flying back past. I mean, that wasn't necessarily the entire point of this build, to be like out-and-out acceleration, but it is how it is working through this, is that it is out-and-out acceleration that is doing the work. Now, if it was dry, maybe we would see a slight different story. That is difficult to tell. Ruski's missed a checkpoint because we are now fighting over 5th, so the 33 has also proved difficult to drive, as is maybe not a big surprise, probably suffering some similar things to me. Oh, come on, very difficult to control little car. We will, again, hold on to this one. You want to go around the outside? Good luck. Yeah, there's not a huge amount of space on that one. We will, again, really struggle for traction through there, which I just don't have. I don't have any rear end grip in my car. And there we go. Yeah, there's just nothing. The back end has a mind of its own. I'm really struggling with this. Oh, through all of these corners. Up the hill, though, it is absolutely mighty. The Urus ran wide. The Stratos also got a good run. I mean, the Stratos is also going to be another car that is exceedingly light. The Urus is going to try and hang that one out wide, but there is not going to be enough acceleration in the big, heavy SUV to do all of that much. We were catching the Giulia at the end. However, it is not going to be... Oh, sorry, it's not the Stratos that is behind us. It's the 33 recovering. Yeah, that is twitchy and difficult to drive. Now, there is an element of that being conditions. There's an element of it, I think, just being a twitchy and difficult to drive car. The 355s were quick when they could get out of traffic in all of that one. But there we go. The car was an absolute handful. Hopefully, going forward, we will have a better time. We head to the Arch Circuit for our next race. We are a long way back in the field. It is mercifully dry, at least, for this. Being an Italian session, 2 cars have broken down. It was the Diablo and the Countach, actually. Well, some disconnects have gone on. Though it is ironic that it would be a Diablo and a Countach that have had this. I think that was what they were in anyway. Right. Hopefully, we are going to fare a little bit better. We shouldn't have as many traction issues in this. We will see really what the car can do. We do know this thing is apparently quite fast in a straight line, which is helpful on this circuit. This is it's not an out-and-out speed. I say not an out-and-out speed circuit, but certainly some straight line speed is going to be very helpful around here, although we aren't very good off the line, which does mean we are kind of stuck in traffic. Oh, that's a very solid bit of street furniture. Oh, God. I would have liked a bit more rear grip. I'm finding lots of street furniture now. It's yeah, quite difficult. I mean, I think this is one of these cars, you get it right and you think it's very fast, but it is uncooperative is probably the best way to describe it. Hopefully, warmed up the tyres. It will then, like a very weird sound through there. Yeah, warm up the tyres, and then we will be able to fly. We need a little lift through turn 1, otherwise it just wants to understeer off into the scenery. Oh, can we get it stopped through here? We can. And out the other side, hopefully we can get on the power. Gonna have to be a bit delicate with the throttle with this car, more so. I mean, it's certainly a lot more snappy than I like from my cars normally. I don't like oversteer at all in my cars, and then this is a very sort of snap oversteer sort of car. The Giulia got unlucky, and I'm getting all of the debris in the world chucked at us. Funnily enough, all of the debris in the world being thrown at a very small, light car that's already got traction issues gives it a bad time. Yeah, we are gonna have, I think, just one of those races, really, where we are kind of just sat about. I mean, oh, God. Oh, that was... Uncomfortable is, I think, the best word I can use to describe that one. That was highly uncomfortable around the outside. But the Giulia, fair play. They gave us a reasonable amount of space. There was, you know, an alpha-sized amount of space left on the outside. We made it work. We got away with all of that. Oh, God, a lot of understeer. God, it just didn't want to... It actually felt like the front wheels just weren't... Just didn't want to know. Just didn't want to turn in at all through there. You get snappy oversteer if you aren't perfect on the power, and you can get quite a lot of understeer if you get it wrong with this car. I'm just trying to currently avoid street furniture, which is going to get chucked at us a little bit. Oh, can we get to the inside of the Giulia? I mean, it's actually been a really good battle between me and the Giulia here, and around we go. That will do quite nicely. And again, now we can get on the power. Whether we can go chasing off after the Stratos or not, I have no idea. We'll give it a try. We will see if we can go screaming after the Stratos, because I know we've got the straight line speed to do it. Oh, there we go. We are flat through turn 1 that time around. Now the tyres are a little bit warm. Okay, don't go so wide down here. Well, but I mean, yeah, we're definitely not fighting at the front. We don't quite have the pace for the vehicles up at the front here. Right, through the next couple of corners we go. Kind of slowly does it. Debris is there, but that's now out of the way. Oh God, yeah. Now the tyres are up to temp. Well, now the tyres are obviously in a combination of tyres are in a better place. I'm figuring out how to get some speed out of this car. We're doing a little bit. We've caught the pack ahead, and we're going to run out of laps to do anything about the cars ahead. But it's taken 3 or 4 laps to actually get a feel for the car now. Hopefully, going forward, it'll be able to get there a bit quicker. But, yeah, I mean, they are fighting one another up ahead. Oh, that's going to be a little bit of understeer. You might wonder why I got the thing on rally tyres. This is an event that's all tarmac. The reason I have it on the rally tyres is they're a pretty good... For getting the PI, essentially. They're pretty grippy, not quite as grippy as semi-slicks, but you get more PI to play with, so you can get more straight line speed, and that does seem to be where I am making the most of this car. Oh, the Urus has missed a checkpoint. Yeah, we are really an acceleration car here, which is, you know, helpful. Oh, God, back end the back end is desperate to let go on this one. We have closed up. I wish I'd figured out the car and got the car happy sooner, because it is absolutely flying now, right at the end of the race. We are going to go screaming past the Delta. We are going to run out of straights to catch the Stratos. I'll take it. It took a fair bit to get to grips with that car. I don't think it's going to be quite as quick as the cars at the front. No, we were up there with the 355 and the 33. So yeah, once I'd got to grips, but that was a tough one to figure out. 355s were quick as well, but yeah, struggled to figure it out. Once I got there though, it was monstrously quick. But yeah, twitchy and cold tyres are horrible. Never mind, onwards. We head to the Tierra Prospera circuit for our next race. I am worried a bit about my car. I mean, I like this track. I don't think it's going to be great for me. I think it's going to be quite scary for the first couple of laps, and then it might get a bit better as the race goes on. I mean, the acceleration is going to be helpful that I have. But the lack of control is going to be sketchy. If it doesn't spin at some point, I will be kind of surprised, because it is just a bit of a death trap, really. But we will see. I will do my very best. The Delta's mighty fast off the line. The Urus also, all-wheel drive traction, is mighty in those. Oh, mine is slippy, slidey all over the place. We will run down. Oh, God, this next section. We can get to the inside. The 33 made a little mistake and ran wide, so we will sneak past that, although it may have more grip. I think the 33 is on semi-slicks, which is probably in hindsight... Well, okay, I tell you, I'm sure this car in this guise could be unbelievably fast. Mine is just not. Mine is Mine is too twitchy for my personal liking. I perhaps should have gone with semi-slicks on this one for that little bit more stability. We would have had a lot more grip in the corners, just being slower down the straights. We are hopefully going to get past the Stratos through here. Try and not put the Stratos in the wall too much. Well, yeah, we got a little bit close on that one. Oh, we are sliding all over the place. I mean, the Urus is considering there's a lot of very small, very lightweight cars. The Urus is the odd one out and is actually pretty damn fast. We were leaning on it a bit through there. It's got a Stratos for company. This part of the track is sketchy as anything down here. Right, let us head through the next, oh god, couple of corners. Oh god, don't like the slow speed stuff. I just don't trust my car in the slow speed stuff. Right, power up the hill. This is where we are good. This is where I know the 355 struggles and we know the Delta struggles in this. Oh, I say struggles. I mean, we're talking relative here. We are a little bit wide through all of that. All right, come on, straighten it up. It's a point and squirt muscle car. That's what we're driving, kind of. I mean, it is. This is all about the acceleration. It has got some grip. Not that much grip, though. We've got to get that one better lined up for the final corner if we're going to try and take that much speed through there. Oy. Oh, death trap. It's going to go sliding about. Right, the Urus is to the inside. Oh, I mean, it can do that. I don't know if I really... Well, I don't really have an answer for it in that corner where I will have an answer for it. I'm hoping is... I didn't know... Oh, I didn't have the grip for that. God damn it. Was going to be down the bottom of the hill, but I didn't know what way it was going. And when I tried to get my car to the inside, it just was having none of it. And we asked too much, and then we are done for. And then we are struggling immensely through there. Although, come on, get that good exit up the hill. The Urus ran wide. Does seem like we are more in a fight with that than we are with the cars ahead. It's a rocket ship in a straight line. That is, I mean, it is good. It needs to be something because it's so sketchy everywhere else. It's such a fiddly car to drive. Right, round the final corner we go. We're onto the final lap of the race. I'm going down a gear. Oh, we're going to tap the wall. The Urus is going to get back past again doing that one. Yeah, did not want the slide through that section particularly. Now, I mean, we know what we can do down here. Don't slide, behave yourself, Alfa Romeo. There's just a lot of Lamborghini in front of us, and we don't really have the grip or the brakes to fire the car to the inside. We're going to have to try and do what we did last lap around. Hope the Lamborghini does the same, which it does. It ran wide and brushed the wall. We will boot it up the hill, use the power of the TZ2, use the straight line speed, try and park it on the apex as best as possible, which we have kind of done through there. It's going to be a battle to the line between me and the Urus, and I think it is going to thankfully be a battle that is just going to go our way. Oh, I mean, it was good fun. It was a good fun race, that one. We got stuck in a fight for fifth. Don't think we really had much of a much pace around there. Yeah, I think the Delta, we could have had an interesting battle with the Delta on that one. Yeah, it's a very mid-pack car / a very scary car to to put it politely. Oh dear. We're off to the Estadio circuit for our next race. I'm hoping, I mean, I personally very much like this track, so I'm hoping I can use the TZ2 to the best of its abilities around here. It seems to be more of a speed car than anything, which is not quite what I was going for with it particularly. However, that's what we have ended up with. We will see what might happen around this track. It's definitely one of the cars that's frustrating to try and overtake for a handling car, because it gets ahead on the straights and then can hold up in the corners when, of course, we're not all in ghost mode. Oh, can't see where my car is because we're full of Urus. God, where is the ghost mode going to end? Thankfully, mercifully, we are all sort of sorted by the end of that. I don't want to be stuck behind you. Can I be flat through there? I think I probably can be, you know. Now that Ferrari is going to be quicker through this section than we are, although it's tangled with the Stratos a little bit. It's the Delta that leads the way. For now, there is going to be a TZ2 sized gap, and that is a very small sized gap. It was a little bit rude, a little bit more understeery than I expected or intended on the Stratos. I do apologise there. There was a bit of a TZ2 sized gap. We sort of utilised it, and then we understeered a lot, and then I lent on the Stratos way too much for my own personal liking. We are going to have a little bit of a sketchy time through there. Oh, 33 got stuck up, oh god, by the Stratos, and then we just got punted clear by the Urus. I mean, it actually did kind of help us in that. I wouldn't normally say they would be helpful, but thankfully we had just about enough traction to fire the damn car forward. Now, can we find a way past the Stratos? The Stratos doesn't look fun through here, and I'm a little bit stuck behind it. Yeah, going side by side. Yeah, the Stratos does not have the grip here, really, to fight us. The Stratos doesn't look like it's running aero, but yeah, it's got... I don't know what tyres it's got on, not sure. It's not running aero, and it's definitely slower than we are down the straight. Excuse me, Stratos, you are currently in the way. We've got a lot of cars behind us. Can I get to the inside of the Stratos at turn 1? Not going to have the grip to really make that happen, although the Stratos ran wide on its own anyway, so I will move up a position. Now, if they continue to all fight each other... No, Alfa Romeo, please behave yourself. I wanted to be flat up over that hill, because we kind of need to be if we are going to stand much of a chance of catching the Delta, which I don't really think we're going to be able to do. I mean, I'm not really... Oh, God, that's all wrong through there. We got that a little too wide. Yeah, I mean, it's probably a little ambitious to think that we might be able to catch the cars ahead. The 355 made a mistake somewhere through there and has dropped back by the looks of it. Back fighting with the Delta. We are off the final corner. A little bit better. We made a mistake going into the chicane anyway, which is annoying. There's more speed in this car, definitely. I mean, I'm sure if with a better tune or a better build, I have no doubt it'll be astonishingly quick. This one is very twitchy, and it very much does not suit the way that I like to drive, and I don't trust it at all. Boy, I don't like that it's wheels spinning over that crest. However, we will give it we will give it full commitment. If we're going to catch a Delta, we're going to have to give it the full commitment over there, or hit the curb on the outside. Don't like that. I mean, hit the curb on the inside. I was kind of aiming for that one. That was a bit better, and we are clearer of the 33 than we were before. The Delta's having a big fight with the 355, and will now slow down the F40 through there, and gives that... there wasn't quite so much room on the outside. If they keep fighting each other, maybe there's the smidge of hope, but it's only a smidge of hope for the TZ2 here, because there are some very, very, very quick cars about. Into turn 1 we head, and I actually got stopped in turn quite nicely through all of that. The F40 ran out of grip out wide. We almost break traction heading around that corner. Back end desperately wants to move around all the way up that hill. Now, of course, the Delta doesn't really have that problem, being all-wheel drive. It actually sticks to the road through there. I can be flat through that section. It's this bit here that I just don't trust my car through. Although, again, we're not bad through it this time. And the 33 is a long, well, I say not long way back, but it is further back that it cannot dive bomb us into this section. However, I don't think we're going to be close enough. Although the Lancia hit the wall, how much more acceleration than a Delta do we have? Not enough, I don't think. We're catching, but we are going to just run out of time. I tried to kind of straighten off that final corner, but it wasn't quite enough. I mean, I love that track. I always perform better there than a lot of tracks. The car was more competitive there. That is for sure. But I mean, so the fact is, a 1 minute point, a mid 1 minute to a low 1 minute is astonishingly quick in the top 6 cars, sorry, we're doing that. That would be lap times faster than quite a lot of cars that have gone around here. So that tells you what you need to know about these cars. They are astonishingly quick. I mean, a 1 minute 1.3, this car down in 8th place is genuinely not too bad of a lap time for some of the sessions we've done. It's just what it's gone up against here. It was a good race, actually. I much preferred that track, sorry, in my death machine. For our final race, we head to the festival circuit. I might be quite good here. I mean, I hope. There's some hope that the TZ2 might work nicely around this circuit. It is generally a faster track. My car has been pretty quick in a straight line. A couple of twisty sections could be a bit sketchy for me, I think is the best way to put it. We will wait and see how the car might fare. I mean, off the line, the Delta is an absolute monster. No big surprise on that one. We are slow away. We are probably one of the worst starting cars. I mean, of course, the advantage... Oy, bloody hell. The advantage that things like the 33 have in mid-engine, we are not. We are still front-engine, so there's quite a lot... Well, relative speaking, quite a lot of weight forward in this car. Not that there's much weight overall. The 250 was caught in the middle of all of that it didn't want to be caught in the middle of. We are about to go... We are now through the middle of this section. 355 is very early on the brakes. Considering those are better handling cars, I'm surprised it was that early. So we've got to clear the traffic. So not great spot on the grid and a poor starting car does not make my life easy on this circuit. We're going to try and duck underneath the Julia here, and I'm just hoping we're going to outrun it down towards the final corner, which we will do. Final corner that is a bit sketchy in the TZ2. Yep, very sketchy in the TZ2. When those tyres are back up to temperature, we may be okay. Julia is in all sorts of ghostly modes at the moment. That's interesting. Oop. We were to the a little bit of a clonk on the 355. Do apologise on that one. We are... Ooh, God, it's just so sketchy. It's just permanently wanting to do things I do not want it to do is the only way I can really describe it at the moment. It slithers and slides its way around and just generally causes chaos. We are... Oh, the Stratos has missed the checkpoint. That is unfortunate. It is the 33 that's to the front for the moment, but how long that will last, I do not know. I think the 355 is struggling a little bit. It's more of a handling car anyway, and it's now being hindered by other vehicles. I mean, we are to the outside. I don't think I'm going to have the grip to do that. Nah, that was probably a foolish endeavour. We would have been better off just following it through. Once I was kind of committed to a wider line, it was always going to be a problem. Right, come on, Alpha. We can have a couple of good... That's not a couple of good laps. That's a big slide out of turn 1 that we don't want. And now I can hear a Ferrari behind me that I do not want particularly behind me. Although we haven't got anybody slowing us down because we're not in a battle anymore, although we are about to catch the Lancia. The Lancia, mighty acceleration. This is never going to be its strongest suit, and that's fair enough. That's, you know, how it's going to go. Sometimes we will swing through the hairpin and set about catching up to these two and catching up to the RS. I do think this, of all the tracks, is probably the one that suits me the best. However, I mean, we have caught up to the Lancia very quickly, considering how far back we were at the start of the lap. Yeah, we have caught quite quickly. So yeah, this is probably a better track for us in the grand scheme of things. Oh, I mean, we got the final corner right. Unfortunately for me, there was a Delta in the way. Is the Delta going to defend into turn 1? It is. I mean, I'm not really so much looking to go around the outside of it through there. It's more about trying to compromise it and get a good run on the exit. But the Lancia has got decent enough drive coming off that corner that makes life difficult for me. Can we fire our TZ2 up the inside onto the bridge. We can, and I think that pass will stick. Well, it will stick for now. I was worried that Delta was going to try cut back underneath us. It couldn't quite do it. So we are through and around the hairpin we head. Again, wants to break traction quite a lot through that section. But we are out the other side. We've only got one more lap to try and catch the Urus and the 355, which I don't think is going to quite be enough time, but we will give it a damn good try. If it's possible, it's going to be this circuit where it is possible at, don't know if I wanted a downshift through there. Geez, it still wants to break traction in fourth. It's scary as anything. What might help me, what might save me in my pursuit for a podium here, is if those two fight each other and I can somehow not slide, but you see it wastes a whole heap of time wanting to get sideways coming out of turn 1, and again down here, not ideal. I really need them to start having a vicious fight. Really need them to start having a vicious fight over third if we are going to do anything. Trying for third gear on the exit. I mean, it's not bad. It's definitely working for us in helping quell a little bit of the wheel spin, a little bit of the twitchiness. Second through here, because it's it's a slower corner, still wants to let go. They've actually had a faster lap, the two ahead. Either that or I've been driving. I don't think I've been having a bad lap, but yeah. Oh, yeah, that's it. You fight each other through there. Unfortunately, I am not close enough to profit. Maybe we can get, if I get an absolutely perfect final corner, maybe there's a chance we can get an Urus to the line. I do not. No. I do. Not quite. Yeah, a bit of a slow start. Stuck in traffic. I mean, definitely didn't have an answer at the front, as Apollo is agreeing. Yeah, we were definitely close to the Urus, to the 355. I got a little bit of speed. Yeah, I mean, the TZ2, very difficult to drive in this configuration. I'm sure it'll be very fast. It's unbelievably light with a surprising amount of power. But yeah, it was a difficult thing to drive. We had some fun battles. That is for sure. We did have some fun races. We were always fighting around in the mid pack, which yeah did prove to be quite good fun. Either way, it's fantastic to see some Italian cars finally make it back. Finally get Alfa Romeos and Lancias and stuff into Horizon 5. So yeah, great to see them back. That though is going to be it for this video. If you would like to sign up to take part in the next one of these, you can via our Discord. There'll be a link in the description. Find the Versus Community sign up section and you can register to take part in there. That though is going to be it from me. Thank you all very much for watching. And until next time, goodbye.